Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to make sure you know all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Don't miss out on all new episodes of Wade's World, Boob Windows and Long Boxes, our Hard R movie reviews, and so much more, all completely uncensored. Access starts for as little as $1 a month, full videos when you pledge $3 a month. Check us out at the link in all of our show notes, or just go straight to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Luca Parrish, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
Hello! Welcome back to another week of the Capes and Lunatics. Prepare yourself for a smashing good time. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, the big man from New Jersey. No, it's not Joe Fixit. It is
Charlie, the Professor Hulk Esser.
Oh, I was going to say, if there is a Joe Fixit on this podcast, it's the woman who loves Las Vegas. It is.
Hey, y'all. Lil Hellfire.
Oh, she's wearing great.
It.
She's wearing a great shirt,
yeah,
too.
Gray.
There you go, see?
She will smash men and tell them off while she's doing it. Lil Hellfire.
Hey, does anyone know what Iceman Enough is?
I don't know. Ask his boyfriend.
Oh.
Yeah,
I don't know if you even have one right
It's
now.
got one of those like weird little says scan here. I'm always afraid to just scan things with my phone. It's like, what if they put something in that?
It says almost a Monday.
Almost Monday.
What kind of code did they put in there?
Oh, it says cool enough. I don't know, man.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, but the idea that it's a QR code and it's going to just put data into your phone when you scan it. It's like, I trust that.
It's like
scan this random thing from this company that wants your data. It'll be cool.
I was about to do it, but it's like near the binding too. I'm not going to like bend the thing, you know.
That was poorly thought out.
If only we had someone who would just throw their comics away after they're done with them to do it. I don't.
Yes. Well, but I'm not the guy to do it though, and I don't think my phone works with QR codes. I don't know. But I got the Devil Hulk variant cover.
Oh.
What did you get?
I think I just got the regular wrapper.
Yeah, I got standard.
Yeah. Standard. Oh. Yeah, and then we got our first appearance of Devil Hulk there, or not first appearance, but like their satellite thing.
That's right.
Hey, here's a question for you: Is Alex Ross any relation to Bob Ross?
I don't think so.
I was gonna say
I don't think so either, but it just struck me like, wow,
what if
there's any relation? What if?
Yeah, I've never heard.
Bob Ross is actually pretty small, so that's a fair question to ask. Honestly,
I mean, they're both artists, you know.
Don't you think they'd be hyping the hell out of that if that was the case?
What if Alex Ross was Bob Ross's something?
Yeah,
his dad or his son or his cousin.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just think it would be. I'm just surprised no one has ever done Bob Ross covers. Well, I mean, obviously they can't now, but you know,
happy little trees.
Happy little trees. It would be lovely.
Okay,
the pun is right there. That's my whole point. Anyway.
All right. So, yes, kids, we are covering Immortal Hulk 50, and we can talk about the whole series since this is the last issue.
That's is that 5X's? Yeah, it would have to. No, V. No, what is it? L. It's L. L is 50 in Roman numerals.
In legacy numbering, 767.
767. In Roman numerals, that would be CCM LX 750, you said?
767.
767. So it would be CCM L VII.
Oh.
Sorry, VXII. Sorry, LXVII. There we go.
You're muted, Lil. You're yelling to yourself, unless you're yelling at those dogs.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Also, tear him a new one in the comments, nerds, if you're watching on YouTube.
Oh my.
Oh, I don't know all my Roman numerals properly. I'm sorry. Like Bart Simpson, they never even tried to teach us this in school.
It's like Rocky 1 plus Rocky 4. Love that joke.
Super Bowl.
Yes.
So what do we think of this big oversized issue 50 for $10?
Was it $10?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, discounts come in handy every now and then.
No, it
No.
was $9.99, Philip.
Well, after taxes.
Don't over exaggerate.
After
Taxes?
taxes is going to be over 10.
Well, then it's more than $10. Yeah.
Well,
So, but then it's still not a $10 book.
Lilith gets the friends and family discount.
Yes. And technically, I get a discount. Don't you get a discount from your dealer?
Yeah. Yeah, man.
That's the.
No, I do. Yeah,
It's a comic book dealer.
no, I get 10%. Yeah, no, I get 10% off for being a subscriber. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I am he that liveth and was dead, and behold, I am alive forevermore. Amen. And have the keys of hell and of death. Revelations 1:18.
Here's the church. Here's the steeple.
Nice.
Open, Ohio, 1901.
Ohio.
It's snowing.
So what did we think about that situation? I mean, Al just kind of threw that in there at the end there. You know, it's like, what's going on here with these Stern brothers? Wait a minute. The one was cheating with the other one's wife, and now she has to go back to her maiden name, Banner.
And that technically means because he already has another son that has the Stern's name. Because his wife is left as well. So the Sterns and Banners are the same line, except they would all have different mitochondrial DNA. And so that,
which is the most important DNA, but I won't get into semantics.
Well, honestly, I'm going to say this. This is why I've always said the mitochondrial DNA has to be central to the hulking process because of all the energy it uses. Because what is the mitochondria, Lilith?
The powerhouse of the cells.
It is the powerhouse of the cells.
Are they still teaching that?
Apparently, there's a Zell commercial that uses that line. So apparently, this is as true today as it was many years ago when I was in high school, and even when you were in high school a few years later.
I actually had that on a T-shirt not too long ago, like a couple years ago.
So basically,
but this is why I always felt that Jen had to be the cousin of her mother had to be the sister of Banner's wife because they would both have that same Hulk mitochondrial propensity.
That's what I was going to
say.
I
don't think that is how they've designed it because they don't think things through in these stories, Phil.
They didn't back in the day, but now everything's connected, super connected, even.
Yeah, but this is like making Rey the Emperor's daughter.
Hey, man, some people like that.
I suppose so.
It's cool. It's a letdown, but it's a cool letdown.
Well, Well, it was the failed clone of the Emperor because it was like the Ultron that doesn't get uploaded.
I don't want to draw all the angry nerds to the comments. So let's not even mention Star Wars on YouTube. I'm sure everybody has all the angry nerds have an algorithm for any time somebody says Star Wars.
Well, if it's like that Ultron that Doom rebuilt,
basically.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's cool, and of course we get Maggie. What was it? Jackie McGee went as a baby, or not a baby, as a young girl, after her father's house is destroyed, and everyone's in the below place, and things are happening. I mean, it's a very talky story, is what I will say about it.
Yeah.
Well, it's a giant-sized Hulk thing, so
giant-sized Hulk. Yeah.
So he felt like he could take his time, wrap up
Yeah.
all the loose ends that he could. I think 50 is ending way too soon. I don't know why they're ending it. It's a very divisive title, to be fair. I think they want to do something more commercially successful, maybe.
Yeah,
And not highfalutin, artsy fartsy mixed with body horror. Like,
I mean, if you read the free comic book day story of
Yeah.
what's coming in Hulk 1, yeah, it seems like they're going for a more classic take. I think he's like going into space or something. So
yeah.
Hulk in space.
yeah, was it? He was basically rating was it AIM or something for parts. He said he's building a ship, and he's like, "I'm going into space. I'm never coming back.
Take me
Yeah.
with you." Although although Bezos is up there now, so I don't know. It's not as exclusive as it once was.
Shatner.
What I will say is, if you ever read the story, what if Hulk went to the right planet? It's actually because he wasn't supposed to go to Scar. They were sending him to this. There's a really nice planet that we found is completely uninhabited by intelligent life. The Hulk can go there and he can stomp around with the wild animals and just be happy. Hulk want to be left alone? Be alone right here, Hulk.
But what
You be
ifs
left alone.
only end one of two ways? So did the planet blow up? Would the planet have blown up? Because he can't be happy.
No, he actually winds up being super happy. Him and Hulk make peace with each other. It's sort of like, and he just sort of lives forever as this guardian spirit of the animals who evolve on that island. They say, "Oh yes, the great green one watches over us," But be careful, he has a temper, And it's just because it's all about how Hulk and Banner just have to, when they're the only sentient things around, they suddenly have to deal with each other. And work through their nonsense. Because that was the thing. Is like when it sends Hulk to the planet, he can't get off because he can't jump. Because even if he jumps into space, he's gonna fall right back down once his orbit fails.
Planet Hulk, you mean AKA we needed Hulk out of the way for Civil War, so no one side had the Hulk on their side.
Yes,
well,
exactly.
but the actual intention was to actually send Hulk to a nice place,
To that farm in upstate New York, yeah, okay.
I mean, they did it in the movies, but just by coincidence, Civil War, yeah, no one had Hulk or Thor on their side. Well, someone tried to make a Thor clone, but we see how that went.
Yeah, well, that was the thing. Is honestly,
poor Bill Foster.
I'm sure if they had wanted the Hulk on their side, they could have brought in Maynard and gotten themselves a Hulk on their side.
Oh yeah, let's mess with the Hulk's mind. That always goes well.
Well, it goes well long enough. That's the point.
Everything's a ticking time bomb with the Hulk, so
everything's a ticking time bomb with everybody.
So what did you guys think of, like, down in the underplace, everyone's seeing, people they love, and Hulk's all Baron Getty.
Yeah.
This father figure.
Yeah. Did he die off screen? I'm assuming he died.
Yeah, because
this is like the first time we find out what happened to that whole situation.
In the they didn't show him getting killed, but in the Peter David Hulk, Professor Hulk run, yeah, like he goes back to Vegas, and it because he's trying to hunt down the killers. But yeah,
okay.
But they don't actually show him getting killed, but they do mention it. Like, yeah, he got killed.
No. I will say this: there's a lot less body horror in this. I mean, the leader, Jack Lantern aside, but even still, it was good. I mean, I enjoyed it. I don't know. What did anyone think about the fold in or the fold out? The big reveal. Who is the one below all? See, do we want to spoil it?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's actually the one above all is the one below all. There you go. It's not upside down. But yeah, which we I guess what I'll say is I liked it better the first time I read it in The Devil and Billy Markham. Shel Silverstein epic poem. One of his the epic poems of Shel Silverstein. Mwah. And none of them have ever been made into a movie. None of them. Not Rosalie's Good Eats Cafe. Not The Devil and Billy Markham. Not there's also Ultimate High isn't really isn't an epic poem. I guess it's sort of The Great Smoke Off. That just asks itself to be made into a movie. You know, at least it's short.
Smoked a doobie.
Yeah, man.
But it's just that classic pain, suffering, torture, indifference, and isolation of a Hulk book. I mean, just chef's kiss of all the things that basically make Hulk Hulk.
Although, also, if we take it at its face value, it is literally like, why are you choosing to be the Hulk? I just, I gave you this, yeah, sure, you have all this power to be the Hulk, but why do you choose to be the Hulk? Because the Hulk can be whatever Banner chooses to make the Hulk.
I know. Oh, what about that? What about that?
He's an angry little man. We've covered this before.
Didn't it seem awful convenient? They're like, oh yeah, remember Devil Hulk? Man, he just like went away.
No, he didn't.
I know. But they're like, yeah, for now. Yeah, where's he at? That's like even at the end of the story, it's like, yeah, they all walk through the portal and like remerge. So it's like all we see is Banner at the end. So next writer can do whatever he wants.
Well, he says
that was a gift. I think that was probably a stipulation.
Probably.
I kind of like the fact that we now have a Banner Red Hulk as the Cosmic Ray Hulk.
I thought that was no.
Yeah, but it's also now a Red
Hulk.
Oh,
yeah. It's not.
So if he ever brings him back, he'll be again a Red Hulk. And I love the fact that like Banner requested that he change the suit to purple. But also, I love the fact that they're technically
a villain color,
but that they're technically unstable molecules, which means now his pants won't rip.
Won't the whole suit grow with him then?
Yeah, the whole suit. So every time he becomes the Hulk now, he will be the Hulk in a big purple suit.
I think
with the tie all fitting nicely. Just like Joe Fixit always wore a tie.
I was going to say, I think that was Joe's request.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the idea. Is like he's going to have this suit now that will always grow with him. Although what he's going to do when he has to wash it, obviously. But just that idea, he's got this indestructible suit that is going to grow with him forever as he walks off into the sunset. Yay, or sunrise. Sun's doing something. He's walking north, so I don't know how the sun is rising in the north in New York City, but we'll go along with it.
Blame it on one of the Richards boys.
Sun's getting real low, big guy.
Yeah. I mean, I guess he could be walking, because it's a grid, so it could be east to west. But we see that there's buildings blocking his path, so that's why I think it's a north to south walk.
If only we could see the numbers, we'd know.
Yeah.
Homework, or they did.
Yeah, but well, the people who make this live in New York. I think they know what New York looks like. So that's all I'm saying.
They might only know what their 4 blocks of New York look like, though.
If you're east to west, you can usually, if you look, you can see all the way down because they go straight. Unless, of course, who knows where the Baxter Building is?
Wherever it wants to be, Charlie.
That is true.
But yeah, it wasn't a bad issue. But like you said, it's like it was a very talky issue for a last issue.
Yeah. Well, of course it is, because it's that's and I think that's really the point of all of this. That what makes the Hulk a good story is that it is a guy dealing with stuff. It's a guy talking through. I mean, yes, you think, oh, Hulk's strongest one there is. Hulk, punches things, but really, does he though, or is it really about the man inside the Hulk dealing with what it means to be a Hulk?
Self-induced. I don't feel bad for him.
I'm sorry, what?
It's self-induced. Self-inflicted. I don't feel bad for the guy.
Oh, yeah. Well, of course it's self-induced because, because like Ben Grimm, he can't let himself be truly happy. Because he's afraid of what it would mean if he could actually just be himself and the Hulk. Because he doesn't even know who he himself is.
Yep.
And of course, as I pointed out with Ben Grimm, that's why Ben Grimm can't transform, because he's afraid if he starts transforming, he too will have that bifurcated identity. And being the Thing or being Ben Grimm, he won't be an integrated being anymore. And he can't give up the power, and he doesn't want to become bifurcated in his persona. So he is able to do that.
No offense, Ben can't handle it.
Yeah. Well, but that's the thing. But Banner, arguably, and this is how it's been evolved, is Banner has always been bifurcated. He's always been a person who has been not the same person moment to moment, conversation to conversation. He's always had these problems, and so he is who he is. I liked the Stearns brothers. Really, I think that's one of the best parts of it. I almost wish we got a Stern brothers kind of story. But, I guess what's important is this moment. What's important is their interaction in this moment.
Yeah, he gave the writers that are going to come after him quite a gift. He wrapped up everything that he wanted to do with some, what only I can assume is some editorial mandates and stipulations, so he didn't get too, heady and talky. And there was at least 2 action pages.
I mean, Al, again, he picked up stuff from previous art runs, and he passed it on, gave something for somebody else to pick up someday. Because
he left
Cinderella. That's a deep dive.
Yeah.
I mean, I like that they have left. He also, interestingly enough, leaves Sasquatch and Samson in each other's bodies, because he also finished up Gamma Flight, which we'll talk about probably on Super Connectivity. But yeah, they both end their stories living their lives, being who they are in their worlds now in these new forms.
And
in fact, I think that Lenkowski is like, really, right now you want to switch me back?
And
I just got a human body.
Yeah.
Although, is Lenkowski stuck as a Sasquatch all the time, or he changes back and forth usually?
I think it depends on the writer, but
on the writer,
I thought in modern times he could change back and forth.
Yeah.
I think back.
Well, and eventually any writer can just decide that it
was psychosomatic. You could do it all along.
Well, and that is actually what Reed effectively says, is that even though it's Samson's body, it has Lenkowski's gamma signature, which is identical to the Hulk, which doesn't really make sense since Lenkowski, I believe, was made from, well, I guess because he was trying to reproduce a Hulk, and then, but what's his name? Samson was actually made from the radiation from the Hulk, so I don't know. Cathaxis rays, they're crazy.
Maybe Samson's body still has some of that Hulk radiation, and his spirit has some Hulk radiation. I don't know.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. It's like, because that's the idea that they're, and it's an interesting way they present it. And I should look up who actually discovered gamma rays and see if they're attributing it to who actually created the gamma ray, because they said this person isn't calling it the gamma ray. It's just this new radiation they recently found after alpha and beta radiation. Says no, he's too modest, and Stearns calls it one of the Stearns calls it the gamma ray, but his brother says, well, he's not calling it that yet. Right now, let us call it. But if we can harness it, we can call it the Stearns ray. So I get the feeling that if I actually do research into who discovered gamma radiation, it will be a different name than the name they give. And it'll actually be that, the gamma ray of gamma radiation is actually a different radiation than we know in our universe. It's one of those magical, mystical radiations that cause superpowers. As you do.
I would give it a solid B+.
Oh.
I came for the body horror, so the kind of missing, and like I said, it was a very divisive kind of thing, but I enjoyed it, and I thought it was a great metaphor for his mental state. So that's why it's a B+ and not like an A- or anything.
Charles,
I mean, I'm going to give it a solid A. I mean, I thought the art was fantastic. I felt the story conceits were excellent. I mean, like I said, the only reason I won't give it an A+ is because, do we have to tie the Stearns and the Bannerses? Do they have to be one family, or could it have just been that? Because what are we going to find out? And one of them eventually became a Blonsky, and and one of them became a Murdoch, because this was 1901, and they had lots of kids around, and that family eventually, everyone who got radiation powers were in some way either related to the Stearns or the Banners, or possibly, and who knows, maybe Stearns's wife actually is the same girl, was the sister of the other Stearns' wife, so that they were both Banners, so they both have mitochondrial DNA that would be matching. And that is my squared circle of that family circular tree.
Yeah, that does
tree that sprouts itself.
That seems like a big thing to just a drop in the last issue. So maybe I wonder if he had further along plan, then he was just like, okay, so I got all right, this is it. So let me drop in. Okay, I was going to do the brothers. Here we go.
I don't know if he wanted to do something further along. I think probably he just wanted to do something that was a neat thing. And I guess, he probably thought, oh, wouldn't it be neat that Stearns and the Hulk were brothers, because they were like, although Stearns already had a brother, so that's the only other weird thing about it with Madman. And
I mean, unless you think of it too, it's like who's been the beings down below, either Brian Banner or then it was the leader, so it was either a Banner or a Stern, and
yeah, I mean, like I said, although again with Gamma Flight, we do have Emil Blonsky back, so who knows? And Blonsky's in someone else's body, because apparently you can just do that now.
Oh, he's done that before.
Yeah, well, Doom did it first, so I guess that's how it works. Just jump into somebody else's body for a bit. And
you told him to walk a mile in someone else's shoes. What do you want him to
do? Just buy a new pair of shoes. Say, gee, man, these shoes are very uncomfortable. No wonder that guy's a jerk. I should buy him new shoes. Then everyone would have new shoes.
I'm still letting radioactive bugs bite me. Thank you, Chad.
Yes.
The power of Chad.
You're not going to get powers unless you let a radioactive bug bite you.
Peter told us that.
Or you get scared by a bat. If you get scared by a bat, then you get powers too. Well,
no,
you get the power.
His power is being rich and conceited and arrogant.
And having time enough to train, That's really what it is. It's that he had enough time to just dedicate.
Yeah,
it's like Shang-Chi.
He didn't have to work for a living. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's like Shang-Chi. He's the world's greatest martial artist because that's all he had to do. That was his day job. That was his job. He was a martial artist,
Except when he's parking cars.
Well, that was just for
kicks and giggles.
That was And it was already the master.
I know, shoots and giggles.
He was already the master of kung fu by that point, so it's it's cool.
I know.
We'll allow it.
Trauma isn't power; it's literally the opposite. Thank you, Dr. Chad.
Okay. Well, I don't know. A lot of traumatized people have gotten a lot of power over the years. Let's face it.
Cowboys have daddy issues.
Well, the worst ones too. I mean. Let's face it, Hitler didn't become the Chancellor of Europe by being a really well-adjusted person.
I would say it was him being a vegan, but I don't want the vegans to be mad at me.
Well, he wasn't a vegan. He wasn't a vegan until many years later. No,
Charlie, let us have this.
It's too late.
No, the truth is, he didn't want to be a vegan. His doctor
Nobody does. Your body tells you.
Well, it's too late. It's mustache on mustache crime.
Well, no, I can grow a decent mustache.
Oh,
yeah. Shots fired, Hitler. Come and get me.
Come up here and face him, Hitler.
Boys of Brazil, stay where you are, please.
No. He actually, the reason he was a vegetarian because he had horrible gastrointestinal pain and really bad farts his whole life. And his doctor said, maybe you need to stop eating meat because I think the meat's what's causing you all these problems. Didn't help. Still had constant intestinal pain, constant farts, which is why he eventually got hooked on drugs, Guy was a morphine addict.
I mean, as a lot of people of those days were. They were giving it out.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
literally candy.
It was in the Coca-Cola.
Gimme. No, that was cocaine. That's a completely different drug, Philip. Come on.
Phil don't know. He's a square. That's our lad. Yeah. He's a good lad.
One's an upper and one's a downer, Phil. So
it was a joke.
But anyway, yeah, but that's the thing. Yeah, so trauma causes people to do crazy things, and unfortunately, and some of the things they do is bad for other people, and some of the things they do is bad for themselves, and hopefully people actually move on with their life. What was that about, a real art school something?
Real art school dropout hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Oh, Lovecraft also had oodles of stomach problems. Maybe racists just can't stomach getting adjusted. Thank you, Jeff.
Well, that is true. I mean, that is one of the biggest things about being a racist is no one cares that you're mad about it. It's like that is why racists are always so angry, because they're angry about something that most people really don't care about. They like people like, and maybe on a larger scale, maybe some people have some things, but like as a general rule, when you get that real virulent stuff, it's like most people are like, dude, just chill about it, okay? Yes, I know the
Have a
Jews are over
Snickers.
there.
You're not you when you're.
Yeah, it's
Just do it. Have we tried giving them a Snickers? Have we tried turning them off and turning them on again?
Oh my!
Lots of things to do.
All right.
Anywho, we had 10 bat books, 11 if you count Titans Academy or whatever, Titans United. So
Well, I was gonna say we could save most or all those bad books for tomorrow.
I just wanted to point that out. That dear DC, enough is enough.
I don't think it's changing anytime soon.
Phil's Comics Corner.
I think
Enough is enough.
I think by January there's.
Do you want me to talk Gamma Flight since I have mentioned it like 3 times? Or do you want me to say
No,
it?
you what? No, did you? Yeah, I was gonna.
Yeah, so let's get Gamma Flight out of the way.
Up to you, man.
So for those who don't remember, I think this is the last one. This is also written by the great Al Ewing, along with Crystal Frazier.
Oh.
Loves those tossed salads and scrambled eggs. And we've got Absorbing Man, who's getting all hero. He's absorbing all the heroicness. And Titania and Puck and Doc Sasquatch. Doc Sasquatch is his new code name, along with Dr. Charlene McGowan and Rick Jones, Del Fry, 2 men, 1 body. Anyway, so you got the whole of, you've got like Rick Jones and Del Fry going through stuff. You got to fight. As you may recall, they effectively infected a town with gamma irradiated tapeworms to make an army of mind-controlled Hulks, as you do. Scar's having a bad day. Doc Sasquatch, in the end of the last episode, seemingly just got destroyed while they were doing something with a cathaxis ray, but it actually did emit the pulse and did cause everyone to separate from their gamma-irradiated tapeworms. And then, of course, Absorbing Man wound up absorbing the cathaxis ray, so now he is a living cathaxis ray. There's the gamma irradiated tapeworms. Anyway, there's this whole thing. They need to fight. We see, I think this was the blonde-haired doctor at one point who was experimenting on the Hulk, I think. But she's got like a super ray gun that Charlene eventually steals from her. When Emil Blonsky is killing, who's he killing here? This is, I think, that's him fighting Scar. When he's fighting Stockpile, and then instead of hitting Emil Blonsky, he uses the cathexis ray to separate Del Fry and Rick for reasons. Sure, why not? So Rick Jones is back alive, for those who don't know. And then Emil Blonsky's going to fight, and then Charlene shoots him with the other laser gun that the one woman had, the blonde woman, and they said, how'd you know the gun would hurt him? Because I doubt she'd she was smart. She wouldn't have allied herself with the Abomination unless she had a weapon that could kill him. So that was basically that. And then they all decide to stay in the town that's now dealing with gamma trauma, and Doc Sasquatch is going to help them all work through their gamma issues. So that's how they leave it. And I think it's been a fun run. if you liked Al Ewing's Immortal Hulk, but said, you know, it just needed a little more body horror, Gamma Flight is for you. Buy it in the trades now, kids.
All right, Lil, you got one?
Yeah. So finally, freaking Chilling Adventures of Sabrina #9 came out. I feel like it's been like at least a year, if I'm not mistaken, since the last issue. Archie's really going through it right now. Let's pray for them. I don't know if they're gonna make it out of this pandemic alive as a company, to be quite honest. Riverdale's the only thing making money, so that's not good.
I thought you were
the actual comic book. Yeah, so it picks up where the series left off, kind of, sort of, but not. Yeah, it's a whole complicated thing.
It's a whole
but
thing, yeah.
We got Salem the Mouse, so I don't want to alarm anybody if you haven't been reading. But yeah, Salem the Cat is now Salem the Mouse. But there's tons of Madam Satan, and there's actually way more Sabrina panel time than there has been in like the past, I'd say, 3 issues. So that's a good plus. She's trying to find somebody to sacrifice in lieu of Harvey. So yeah, we're going through another moral conundrum. Yay.
Well, that's half the fun of being a witch.
Well, this specific iteration with Robert Aguirre Sacasa, he like is obsessed with putting Sabrina through the moral ringer. That's his thing. So I just want to have fun on a broom, man. You're welcome, Philip.
Then you just gotta watch the coffee commercials.
All right. Lil, if I mentioned it, did you read X-Men #4?
Yeah, it wasn't worth Gene smacking anybody around for, honestly.
I do like that they're keeping these like self-contained in this new series. We're not doing like big arcs because remember last issue was the High Evolutionary.
Yeah, that is nice.
Because in this one, Charlie, Nightmare shows up in New York because he's like, "Oh, Doctor Strange is dead. I can do whatever I want." So he starts like going into the dreams of the X-Men, and then Jean Grey is like, I don't think so. You know,
it was their Halloween issue. You know.
Yeah. Oh, true.
Yeah.
True.
The Headless Horseman as a gag.
She's like, don't think because Doctor Strange is dead, no one's gonna be watching you. She's like, you come back, I'm gonna be watching you.
Well, yeah, and not for nothing, he's still bound by all the rules that just kept them from taking over the universe before. I mean, you know. I don't like it if they
Ding dong, the witch is dead, quote unquote. You know, when the cat's away, the mice will play, baby. Yeah.
I know,
His little tantrum. He's like, if I want to, I'll murder sleep forever. It's like, wait a minute. If people aren't sleeping, they're not dreaming and having nightmares, are they?
Yeah. Well, but the thing is, here's what I'm going to say.
Cut your nose off to spite your face.
Here's what I'm going to say. I could see Nightmare without Doctor Strange going back to trying to possess random murderers and such, as he often does.
Yeah.
But to just go after the X-Men,
well, I think
it's like, dude, you are hitting way above. You are drunk on power. You're hitting way above your weight class. You got a bunch of beer muscles, dude. Sit down.
Well, I think he was just in New York, cruising through New York, going through people's dreams, and then he's like, "Oh, the X-Men! You know, they have so much drama and angst. Yeah, this should be
It overloads him, and he should explode. Honestly,
give me more power. You want more power? Have more power.
Wait, they're all clones? What?
Wait, what? They're all vegetable clones. What is that about?
They're all impossible mutants.
Yeah.
Even the plants don't crave that anymore.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yes, Chad.
You watch. In about a week, they're gonna have. What? It's all of the actual mutants that we thought were dead, but they've all been here in stasis the whole time.
Exactly.
Just like Jean Grey was that whole time.
Exactly. Nightmare and Sleepwalker need to throw down. Yes, Chad.
Only if Nightmare Nurse can join. I know it's not the same, but you know.
Lilith needs her TNA, kids. But yeah, no, I thought it was decent. What, you weren't here for the party, Lil?
I'm so bitter on X-Men at this particular moment. It's nothing they can do short of making like the animated series in comic book form at this point.
No, remember, you're salty. Remember, I'm petty. You're salty.
Yes, I'm salty about it. Sorry. Didn't mean to step on your pedestal, but I do. It does give me hope to just going back to having fun adventures.
Yes, one and done.
Do you want to hear about my indie of the week?
Sure.
Star Trek Mirror War. As you may recall, Picard has decided to unseat the Emperor of Earth. I forget who the Emperor of Earth is in this universe. It might be Pike. It might be Kirk. It's someone.
It changes every week. They keep getting assassinated.
Yeah. Well, no. This emperor's been the emperor for a while. But anyway, for all I know, it's Archer. Quite frankly, or wasn't like that one of the last episodes where like in the mirror universe they get the future Enterprise and it's the translator and was it either the engineer or the captain, and they decide they're going to go to Earth and they're going to create the Earthican Empire.
Talk about
But
a
anyway,
trauma response. I have blocked out everything about Enterprise apparently.
Okay, well, there's stuff in there. Anytime you go to the mirror universe, I'm always down for that because this is what I always say about evil universes. You know that we're the evil mirror universe by how evil we make mirror evil universes. It's like they can't just be evil. That like evil has to be their sense of goodness because we are evil because we know we are evil because we have a sense of goodness and we thwart it for evil purposes. But like in evil universes, no, they're even more evil than we are because we're really evil and we have to imagine something that can somehow be more evil.
I do agree.
Anyway, Picard and this mysterious what is it, Andorran lieutenant and him are talking to some gangster named
Yeah, say.
I forget what his name is. Oh, Rogers. The gangster's name is Rogers. And then they basically kill him, steal his bank accounts, and then we get the flashback to Barclay on the Enterprise. Basically, I wasn't trying to desert you guys. I just got left behind. And I thought I would go the next day and yada, 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 captures the other Barclay and then tries to take Barclay's place. And then, of course, they rescued him. And the whole thing with the Andorran is when they steal him, it turns out the Andorran is actually Data. And that's why he's so BA. Because they pull off the blue mask. So anyway, and what it is Barclay saw they went to this planet of like this master shipbuilders that had ships so far advanced and that their society was all run by like AI super hive mind, and you had people that were the engineers and people that were the administrators. It was like this rigid caste system, but everyone was cool because they just built really awesome ships. And they figure if they can go to there, they can get like the super weapons. And as it turns out, this planet does exist in the mirror universe, and it still has awesome shipbuilders. But for whatever reason, neither the Klingons or Cardassians have looked closely enough to realize this.
Hey, Kardashians.
The Cardassians, because it's in the middle of the Klingon Cardassian Empire, and we get O'Brien here, sort of,
Smiley.
Good old Smiley. He's a super genius engineer in this one.
In any universe, that's his constant.
Yeah, but when he was on the DS9, wasn't he working in a mine? I don't know how they got him out of the mine in that one. I got to go back and find out how he, or maybe this is
Cisco broke him out.
Universe. Yeah, but like, did they? See, I don't remember exactly because I remember when the DS9 universe went to the mirror universe, it was that the Earthen Empire fell because Spock started preaching peace and understanding, and the Klingons and Cardassians said, "Whoa, these guys are soft. Let's just murder them." Anyway, so they steal a bunch of dilithium from the Klingons and blow up the ship, and we get to see Mira Guinan. I don't know if this is the first time we're seeing Mira Guinan, but she is awesome. I don't know her story.
I was going to say, wait a minute. Didn't we try this one time and it doesn't work on... Never mind.
I don't know. I think it works.
That's when time was altered. This is their original universe. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, Mira Guinan is awesome. She's still a trusted advisor to Kirk and still, is more dangerous than you could ever even imagine. I like Mirror War. I'm glad it's on my pull list. That's from Dark Horse. This was IDW number 1 from IDW. This was the number 1 issue, but there was a 0 issue that came out last month. Just to catch you up, guys.
I'll give you the credit, Chad. Keeping up with the Cardassians. I don't ship it.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to talk about the best Bat book that came out this week.
Oh, okay. Which was that?
The Batman and Scooby-Doo Mysteries. You want to know why? Because we have Ace the Bat Hound and Scooby-Doo and Daphne with her butler, who just happened to have went to butler school with Alfred. So the butlers were planning a butler party, as Phil and I discuss all the time over on We Are the Night, the Batman podcast. It is canon that they have butler parties now, Philip. So that made me totally excited.
Honestly, cops hate trying to solve a murder at those.
Those crime scenes all cleaned up.
So yeah, no, a lot of people didn't like it, but I thought it was cute just because I was like, oh, it's Daphne and Ace the Bat Hound and Scooby. I liked it. It was cute too.
How are you going to pick up a book that's a Scooby-Doo Batman crossover and be mad?
I know. It's like you knew you weren't the demographic. You just wanted something to complain about. Honestly, I'm not going to lie. Spite is keeping DC alive. I'm just going to be really honest with you guys at this point. The fans are so damn hateful.
Oh, wait, now, is it a pup named Scooby-Doo Batman
No,
crossover?
it's the Scooby-Doo Mysteries. It's not a pup named Scooby-Doo, but so Scooby is just regular Scooby.
Yeah, because I was trying to remember where Daphne has a butler, and I thought that was the pup named Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, that's where that came from, but it made it canon, just like it made Coolsville canon. That she's rich.
Oh, but that's when it's the Scoob version.
Yeah.
Is it the Scoob? Okay. Now I'm caught up, yeah. People didn't like that?
Right?
I mean, granted, it's not like when they meet Laurel and Hardy, that when, the Scooby-Doo movies, which I loved. I love the Scooby-Doo movies, don't hate me. Those were some of the best.
Are you talking about the live action?
No. The Scoob. No.
I was like, who's gonna hate you? I only hate people who like the live action version. Although Matthew Lillard was amazing. He was the best thing about that.
Scooby-Doo movies. That was when they would go on a trip and they would
like Dracula and stuff. Those ones.
No. When they would meet Laurel and Hardy, the Three Stooges.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Mama Cass, Sonny and Cher twice.
Gotcha.
And actually, Sonny and Cher came on and did the voices. That was beautiful. It was magical. Of course, the people that were dead couldn't do their own voices. Although Mama Cass did do her own voice and then died like 6 months later. So, and now,
sorry,
yeah. Sorry, spoilers if you didn't know about that. But
Mama Cass is dead.
Yes. But it's kind of weird because like now people are like, oh, that was so gross of them putting Mama Cass's show on just after she died. I'm like, aren't we all like so excited and happy to see Chadwick Boseman's cartoons? Like, that yes, Chadwick Boseman did, these final things.
Like I said, people find a reason to be outraged for anything instead of being grateful.
I mean, granted, it was kind of a silly cartoon about Mama Cass being fat and liking to eat chocolate bars. But, to be fair, I think she liked to eat chocolate bars. I'm going to go, I think she's going to say, yeah, I love chocolate bars. I would love to do a story where I own a candy company. That sounds fun.
That's a
because
mouthful.
She was still alive at the time.
What about you, Phil? What's on that noggin of yours? What you got?
Anybody read Blue and Gold #3?
No.
It's in the pile still. Is it getting any better?
Yeah, I mean it was cute. They're fighting.
Are we finally getting some actual consequences and repercussions, or are we still just
they're fighting
in the butt?
Whoa! Yikes!
Well, if it's your own finger, there are no consequences from putting it in your own butt. It's only when you stick your finger in someone else's butt that there may be consequences. I'm just talking about truth here. In the butt is fine. Well,
no,
if it's consensual and everybody's happy with it, and you don't touch your eye afterward, that's real important. I like everything.
Anyway, Philip, you were saying.
Anyway, they fight this space Amazon who, of course, goes to the UN, tries to tell them all, I rule your world now, so.
People still come to Earth and try to do that? Really?
Well, they come to the ghetto, be like, yeah, it'll be easy to take over,
No, you keep going and lock the doors when you drive past Earth.
What,
I
don't care how good Tim Hortons is. Although, shout out to Tim Hortons, we now have one in Tampa, so I'm super excited.
Oh my!
There's a Tim Hortons in Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
Goodness. Finally, a reason to visit
Oh my goodness!
Florida.
Although I think the Michigan, the Niagara Falls border would be closer for you, but yeah, come on down.
Well, yeah.
For Florida.
Well, actually, my wife really wants us to visit because she has an aunt there. So I will be in your state. I don't know if we'll be anywhere close to you, but we will be in your state sometime next year. So,
we'll keep you posted.
Here's the thing: it's one thing to come to Earth to try and take it over, but to act like there aren't superheroes on this planet, like even freaking the most powerful superhero in this universe, like, lives here.
She was living under a rock, that lady.
I mean,
but then she got stopped by freaking Booster Gold and Blue Beetles. I'd be like, yeah, I could take you.
Well,
you know what?
I mean, they only
wait. Are we sure this is not an alien with mental health issues? She may be from a planet that doesn't have a mental health, a strong mental health care system, and like at the end, they're like, no, we're sorry. We should have been, she got away from us. Come on, time to go back. No, we got the blue pills back. You'll be fine. She's really usually very lovely, but she's off her meds.
Only crazy people would come to Earth. I agree.
I mean,
exactly. There's we would never have thought to look for her.
Well, in her defense, it seemed like she didn't know a lot about Earth. So,
so she was from under a rock.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
I'm not discounting my mental illness theory. That this is just some crazy lady in a rocket ship just landed here.
But hey, kids, collect this issue because this is the first appearance of Buggles. Blue Beetle creates his own drone, just like Skeets.
Oh, good. So, do they have witty repartee with each other and fight?
I mean, there's a tiny bit, not yet, but I guess Buggles has a female voice, so I don't know if this is going to be Skeet's new girlfriend. I don't know.
Well, yeah, they would have to do that if you're going to ship genderless objects. One must be coded male, and one must be coded
or at least bisexual.
Oh yeah.
Well,
that gets you headlines.
Can't do that by erasure, man. Not here for it.
That gets you headlines.
And neither is DC. Facetious.
Well, again, I got to go back to I don't even know what Kryptonian genitalia looks like. So,
nobody does. It's a secret. Not even Lois knows. She's too scared to look.
Whoa!
I just know it's enjoyable, and somehow I got pregnant. I'm just rolling with it, man.
All right, and I have to call out this meta commentary from Dan Jurgens as boosters go running off the change to go fight this woman, and everyone in the crowd just someone in the crowd's like, "Here, can you please be on my podcast?" And someone else goes, "I got a podcast too. Do mine." And someone says, "No, mine." So,
oh my God, Phil, he's heard us talking trash.
Me and Kristen.
Well, have you asked him, Phil?
He's been on once.
Yeah.
Okay, well, so then there you go.
Nightwing, he was on. I know.
That's right.
So maybe he is.
Was there somebody that looked like you, Phil?
I just called out.
Well, maybe he's saying there's a lot of people that think they have podcasts, but they're no Phil me in Paris.
Oh my God! During the pandemic, hasn't the explosion of two random people with two random microphones just blown up? It's like it's the early 2000s again. Everybody's got a podcast. My grandma has a podcast.
I've been doing it when it was uncool.
Sir.
I honestly don't think there's a comic book character left that doesn't have a podcast about them.
Yeah, well, good.
I'm gonna challenge you.
Oh,
well, Moon Knight has a podcast. I mean,
Lilith, shut up! You know what's gonna happen. Super connectivity is over. The Ambush Bug podcast starts now.
I was gonna say I do not think there's an ambush.
He's joining Suicide Squad. I gotta find out when that is happening because I need to be back. I gotta be a part of that. Ambush Bug is coming back, and also I think this will be the first time he's not written by his creators, so it should be fun. I think I could be mistaken about that.
And
I don't think Plastic Man has one either. So
Yeah.
and Charlie Esther.
Really?
yeah, I don't think so.
See, that surprised me because I loved his cartoon in the 70s.
And Charlie Esther, I just saw the headline.
Hula hula.
I think Justice League Dark might be getting their own book again in 2022. So
Yeah, but if
Did
it's
they
a good,
just
I mean,
get Zatanna and John their own book? Like, no offense, they don't need the whole team.
yeah.
Just throwing it
I'm
out there.
sorry. I'm sorry. Man Bat was the
Okay,
hardest
they
one.
can have Detective Chimp too. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sorry. Detective Chimp and Man
Sorry,
Bat.
they
was
can have
Justice
him
League Dark.
too.
I didn't know what all those other people were doing there. But apparently, Man Bat was awesome because he was a scientist who said, "I don't know magic. I should study that." He wasn't going to be some Reed Richards saying, "Oh, I don't like it. It doesn't follow normal laws." He wasn't Dr. Doom saying, "I'm going to pretend I'm a magician." He was like, "No, I'm going to respect the science. I'm going to study it. I'm going to figure this stuff out so that I can utilize it in my own work."
Langstrom's bad at his job.
Because that's what a good scientist does. He doesn't get freaked out that magic exists. He says, "Oh, well, it doesn't follow normal laws. I should find out what laws it does follow." That would be a good scientific move on my part.
Kurt is so looked down upon. He is a pretty cool character. I will give you that.
And Lilith, what would you call a Zatanna and John Constantine book? Fishnets and the head.
Fishnets in the trench coat, of course.
Oh, okay. Like the S.
I don't know who's wearing what, but somebody.
Just call it Zatanna and John Constantine. Because that's their names.
Why was it a joke?
Zatanna and John? Actually, is Zatanna her first name or her last name?
Zatanna Zatara, right?
Oh, okay. So it'd be Zatara and Constantine, really.
Yeah.
Or Zatanna and John. Or John and Zatanna. You can have top building.
Yes,
if you go alphabetical.
I don't think he likes being on top, but that's just my personal take. Read on the
It's
character.
a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
Exactly. He's a scamp. I'm just
But
saying.
sometimes it's worth it,
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, agreed. I do want to shout out Rick and Morty, Mr. Nimbus #1. Who did that one? It's by Oni Press. I always forget that it's Oni Press. If you liked that episode of Rick and Morty, I think you'll like this issue. I thought it was funny that, he had an old, arch nemesis. Of course, they used to be best friends because that's the classic trope. That's how it goes. And we get a little bit more about Mr. Nimbus. So that I liked it because it's an Aquaman pastiche that just roasted the hell out of the Aquaman pastiche and the Namor pastiche, to be honest. So, yeah, I liked it.
I got to pick that up. I didn't even know that was out. That excites me. Mr. Nimbus excites me. What can I say?
All right. Any other books or?
You got one more, Phil? Come on, it's your show, buddy.
I got a whole other show, so
No,
all I got is talking about Will Shatner. So I need some time.
Oh, why? No, I was gonna say we could talk Iron Man and Avengers over on Super Connectivity.
Well, all right then. I guess we can wrap it up.
Iron Man, the book Lilith doubly doesn't want to talk about. Tony Stark and Ben Reilly. No, she's like, I'm good.
Boy, bad life choices abound. I can smell it from here.
Wait. Charlie, did you read Amazing Spider-Man?
Is that Amazing Spider-Man? Yeah, that was Beyond #1, right? Or this one with
yeah.
I have to get out of my body. The danger's in my body.
Oh my. All right, Charlie, I have a theory. I know how they're going to bring Otto in. I said, might be Ben Reilly, but I'm betting it's probably Aunt May is going to go to Otto to help cure Peter of his radiation poisoning.
To be fair, he is the world's greatest radiation specialist.
He saved them in the 90s.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a callback, so I think it would only be fair.
It's just, I remember you, Otto. You were the smartest man about radiation that I ever knew.
And apparently she knew plenty.
I don't think those are true.
Hey, I'm going to say this. Ben, Uncle Ben, he was probably a really smart guy too. Didn't have the opportunities that Otto had. But it's cool.
Yeah.
You see.
Yeah, because watch, Otto's probably going to be standing there trying to cure Peter, and Ben's going to come in and say, "What are you doing?" Punch.
Yeah, it's like, I'm trying to help you, moron.
They're just spreading around that Ben Riley seed, huh?
Whoa!
Well, the fact of the matter is, and here's the thing, Otto doesn't remember Peter.
Yeah.
That's the thing, because that was part of the Mephisto deal. He puts him back as he was. What are you talking about? This
For the
delightful
umpteenth time,
old
he's
woman.
forgotten. It's so annoying.
This delightful woman whom I once had a relationship with asked me to use my superior intelligence to help this poor boy. You pathetic worm.
This boy's body seems familiar somehow.
Yes.
No, like the back of my own hand, huh?
Well,
When you finally understand what that meaning means, yikes.
Well, oh my.
Yeah. And again, if they had here's what I'm going to say, if they had the vacuum bearings and the lead chafe, why didn't they equip him with that the first time when they knew they were sending him to fight the UFOs?
Because maybe the Beyond Corporation wants Peter out of the way for some reason, and they knew they were going to
Or did you mean the writers building up to the 60th anniversary issue?
Like I said, the Beyond Corporation, mark my
words.
Huh. That's an interesting artistic choice.
I need that as a drop, please.
That's not really a spider over his face.
What is it?
That's Molecule Man lightning bolts. I'm telling you, the Beyond Corporations are the Beyonders that got human bodies. And he said, well, if it's a Beyonder, why is he fat? Because the Beyonder can get fat when he wants to.
Like
he only gets rid of the fat because he realizes that some chicks are petty and don't like fat guys. But this guy knew that, you know what? Some chicks like fat guys.
Whoa. I'm going
to keep my tum-tum.
It's a disguise. What body did he take the first time? He basically made a copy of Steve Rogers and then just gave it a Jerry curl. That's all.
So he
did.
He's not a svelte white guy. He's a chubby black guy now. So gotta mix it up.
You gotta stay hip with the times, you know?
Yes. If he is the Beyonder, he is now my new favorite Beyonder, by the way. What's his name? He's got a weird name that doesn't make any sense. It's French. I don't speak French. What is that guy's name? It's like Monsplaner?
Les Beyonders?
No, it's like it's Montspilar. That's right. Which is Mansplainer. The head of the corporation. His name is Montspilar.
That tracks, honestly. That tracks.
You watch. This is going to be the best book ever.
It's going to be your name, Charlie, when we go to...
Mark my words. Spider-Man Beyond. Best book ever. It's going on my pull list.
And again,
it already is.
Well, we already sold 2 more copies. Charlie Esser's getting it. Ray's getting it. You're welcome, Marvel.
Dear Marvel.
It should be on my Marvel. It should be on my pull list, but it's not branded as Beyond Spider-Man yet. It's still branded as Amazing Spider-Man.
Sponsor us.
They tell you that the Beyond story is starting, but once we put the Beyond above the masthead, this is my pull.
We will take that mouse money. Shut up, Lou.
We need the money. Gimme.
I still like Disney princesses. What do you mean? I'll take Disney money.
Okay.
We need the money. Gimme.
Oh, but no new amazing issue next week, but it's back in 2 weeks. And the day it drops, we're talking to Kelly Thompson, who will be writing that issue.
Ask her if Montspilar is meant to be Mansplainer. And if she suddenly says, I can't really speak to that, just say, okay, good to know. We will make a note of that.
Well, there's a team of writers, so but not her. Somebody else came up with that name, so.
Yeah. But, if you mention it. Say, our friend Charlie has this weird theory that Montspilar is meant to be a portmanteau of Mansplainer. How do you answer this?
They have built-in plausible deniability because it's like you ask any of them, they could be like, "Oh yeah, the other person came up with that."
Oh no, the other person came up with that.
No. That was Zeb Wells. That was
Neither
calling him
confirm nor
away.
deny that his name is meant to imply mansplainer.
I heard that was the original name for Otto Octavius. Hey. All right.
Don't do that. He's sitting right
It's
there.
not
Philip.
mansplaining if you're always right.
Oh!
Never say that to your boss, by the way.
I don't think those are tentacles.
The way people Lilith Hellfire is fired.
Yeah, don't want to talk about it.
Hellfire should be Lilith. I will fire you. All right. So we're done.
Let's do it.
All right. So Lilith can get back in her coffin. We have an interview in the morning. All right, kids. So yes, send us your thoughts. What did you think of Immortal Hulk, Spider-Man, any of the comics we talked today? Oh, Lilith next week. King Spawn #3 comes out and Gunslinger comes out.
Yes, sir.
So
Exciting week next week.
I think we need to talk those two next week, especially since it's October. Shooty, yeah. All right, so yes, send your thoughts on all those, kids. Email us, Kate, and stay tuned in 2 weeks for our big Halloween episode.
I'm
Oh,
dressing
sure,
up.
sure,
I
Halloween
expect
book.
everybody else to dress up.
Costumes can't. I'll dress up. Costume, candy, and spooky.
And I told you, Ben, you can't be Daredevil this year.
What?
You can't be Daredevil this year. I already told you that.
Why are you gonna be there? Though?
Maybe.
Oh my! Oh, Electra. Okay. So all right, kids. So email us capesandlunatics@gmail.com or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-capes. And remember, you can always follow Capes and Lunatics on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. You can find links to all the various social medias for all the shows. Yeah, something big's coming soon. Find links to this YouTube channel. See, not only Charlie Usher's pretty face, but his pretty Hawaiian t-shirt today. It's Hulk surfing. Just like many femme fatales in comic books, he cannot get that shirt closed.
I have such a hard time buttoning.
So find links to this YouTube channel. Most importantly, find a link to our Patreon. Once again, we're out here on our own. There's no Beyond Corporation in our future. So, yes.
Come on, Voss Water or Amazon. Come on.
We're mixing our own web fluid here, kids. So, yes, please, if you can subscribe to the Patreon, please do. Even as little as $1 a month would be a help. So find a link to that, or find a link to our merch store where you can find shirts, cups, phone cases, and more.
I hear the tumblers are bigger, so I can't wait to buy a new one.
Lil said, I need it bigger. Anyway, so find links to everything all in one place. That's Linktree, linktr.ee/capesandlunatics. And little birdie told me a website may be coming soon. All right. Thank you for telling me on number 1, Lilith Hellfire. Where can people find you?
Oh, if you nerds want to hang with me on the interwebs, you can find me on Twitter at Lilith Hellfire, on Instagram at Lilith Hellfire 69, and of course on TikTok. Where else? Lilith Hellfire 69. Duh.
Look at my butt.
Please
The big
don't.
finish.
Jazz hands.
Charlie Esser.
That's my TikTok dance. Well, if you'd like to write to me in that old-fashioned email way, the way our Mars and Paz wants to do so at superconnectivityblog@gmail.com. That's superconnectivityblog, all one word, at gmail.com. Of course, follow me on the Twitters. I live tweet things like, a few minutes of Legends of Tomorrow, because I thought it would be a funny thing to say. About how J. Edgar Hoover is history's greatest monster. Maybe we shouldn't mourn his death. At Charlie Esser. That's CharlieEsser. Look for the 2 E's in the middle.
For quality.
Bing!
I agree with you, Charlie, but to say it on the internet.
Intranet.
I'm just saying, like, it's always weird to me that people don't know that. Oh, yeah, he was history's greatest monster. It's like, wow, and it's amazing because it's like you think the bar would be higher. It's like, oh no, that guy really did. Wow, no, he like not in the like he's not a genocidal monster, but he's like the kind of monster that just haunts your dreams. And that's kind of the worst one. He's like those Japanese wet girl monsters that just come out, you know. It's like it seems easy enough to avoid, but at the same time, you can't avoid them.
All right, FBI. The reviews of Charlie Yes are not the reviews of Lunatics Incorporated. All right, kids. For another week, we have been your capes.
Ampersand.
Lunatics! Emphasis on the Lunatics this week for sure.
Man, that Hawaiian shirt was
I think the FBI is well aware of A.J. Edgar Hoover's record, quite frankly.
I just don't want them to
Of course they are. They just don't want us to be.
You know, sometimes you actually do want that dirty laundry aired so we can look so much better in comparison.
Plot twist.
Why did your eyes get over to my box?
Just saying.
Jazz hands.
Cape smash.